Peace, wholeness, love, and light. I am Nudiamonds here with the Capricorn energy reading. Hello, Capricorn. I hope everyone out there is doing well. And yes, I feel like if this message resonates, it resonates. But this is a time where you are finding balance within yourself. And it's kind of like being caught in the middle of these two realms, right? And really pushing through to continue to ascend. You're at this focal point of your life where you are more focused on yourself and healing yourself, loving yourself, paying attention to small details so that way you don't miss anything that's for you. Even though you truly can't miss what's for you, everything that is for you will happen for you in divine timing, but you're just sitting back and really paying attention to everything, paying attention to the details and getting in more alignment with the flow of things and surrendering to things, right? Balancing that lower nature with that higher nature, that masculine, that feminine, that logic with creativity, and that light and that dark. And you're coming out of a dark period. And Spirit is saying this is on different levels for everyone. Some people are coming out of a dark mental period. Some people are coming out of a dark relationship period. Some people are coming out of a dark work period. So you are finding the light that dwells within so that way you can continue to push forward and ascend, okay? You have to become one with that darkness. You couldn't just glance over it. You kind of had to do that inner work to push through. I'm kind of seeing like a mountain and you're trying to go around the mountain, but it wasn't getting you anywhere. It's kind of like avoiding things, doing like distractions to avoid accountability when really you needed to go deep within and uproot certain things so you could get to this clear path, right? I'm seeing like a cave and I'm seeing someone trying to go around the cave when all you have to do is go through it. So facing your fears and not being afraid of who you are, not being afraid of the dark, because we all have good and bad. We all have different emotions and we have to embrace every side of ourselves. That way certain things don't come out in a certain manner due to us avoiding things and not taking accountability, right? So this is really about you getting centered in yourself and not a sense of being self-centered. It's a balance. It's a difference when it comes to self-mastery, and you're on the road of you're on the road to recovery is what I initially heard. And you're recovering from a sense of false beliefs due to not being balanced, okay? I'm getting like a lot of messages here for you. Give me a second. Yeah, it's like there may have been like a lot of outside energy pulling on your energy, a lot of people trying to confuse you and distract you. And then you wouldn't hold those people accountable, taking blame for things when really truth is truth. And you had to open up your mind to the bigger picture and not just what was in front of you, because some things were an illusion. I'm hearing cast an illusion. So it's kind of like someone was pulling the wool over your eyes and trying to like cipher your energy, and you caught on to it. And now you're like cutting out this energy. Now this could have been your own fears, or this could have been someone on the outside, something on the outside, whether it's, I don't know, a subscription you didn't know that you had, right? You had to cut that off. Wow, Spirit is saying, and that's it. You were subscribing to something and you had to cut it off, right? And that's a metaphor. That is a entendre for relationships, friends, family, entertainment, consumption, what you've been allowing in your energy, right? So now that you are more aware of what you've been allowing in your energy, you're able to cut off what doesn't serve you for the highest good. And that is a beautiful thing. There's a huge clearing that was going on within you and around you, and you are growing. You hit this plateau of growth. You hit this next level of growth where if it isn't giving you some type of uplifting positive vibrations, then it has to go, instead of just entertaining things for this sense of comfort, this sense of company, right? Really getting in tune with who you are to continue to elevate and grow at this time, okay? So yeah, I kind of just seen you finding balance in between these two realms and not being pulled down or not being pulled up by a sense of false beliefs, false doctrine within yourself and outside of yourself, okay? I also seen someone reading and like harnessing your energy. So yeah, I don't know. This was like one of my weird meditations, but I just kind of seen you somewhere and I seen someone like harnessing your energy, like pulling on your energy, but it was like good. It was like the divine taking away stress, taking away dis-ease, taking away, like spirit stripping you, the divine stripping you of everything, so that when you have this cleansing and this purity of mind, clarity of mind, clarity of heart, so that way you aren't like obscured, like your vision isn't obscured and you aren't like manipulated by certain things. You may have been like vulnerable to certain things and now you're like setting up boundaries. So this is you balancing in between your heart and having boundaries and standing firm on that at this time. It's just this sense of finding balance, right? Doing the alchemy work in between one space and another, without losing your mind, right? It's just spirit is like pulling me everywhere. So you may feel like you've been pulled in a million directions, but you kind of have to cut all of that off and get centered in yourself and do what is right for you, right? You can't let certain things, you can't put things before yourself, because when your cup isn't full, how can you pour into someone else? If you don't truly love yourself, how can you love someone else? So this is you getting back into you, getting back centered within your heart's desires, so that way you're able to propel higher, okay? So things are kind of like coming around full circle, and you're ending a huge cycle by being focused on yourself. A sense of not, Spirit is giving me the sense of you've been pouring into a lot of people, you being having a sense of selflessness when you need to be selfish, and being selfish isn't a bad thing when it comes to self-love. Sometimes you have to make sure you're okay first before you do certain things, right? You can't be giving so much that you're empty, right? It's kind of like a car driving on E. You have no more to give, and you know you need to go to the gas station to get some more gas. And you could either push it to where you collapse, or stop, rest, think about yourself, and pour into yourself, so that way you're complete. It's a sense of completion, okay? And self-love, you're exiting out this huge mental something, like it was like something like draining you, like literally, like that's like the thing that I keep getting. It was like something draining you, and you weren't aware of it at first, but now you're aware of it. And the more you cut these things out, the more you get in tune with the Most High, and the Most High is relieving you of these things, right? So it's not this sense of this energy draining. It's a sense of surrendering to the divine and surrendering to the plan, so that way you can be fed the right things, consuming the right things at this time. I don't know. It's a lot of different energy here. But it's all here to help you enlighten yourself, to help you see the bigger picture, to help you grow, to help you elevate, to help you choose yourself in the midst of chaos. When things seem like they're not working, you have to get centered in yourself to find the true core essence of what it is, whether that be the obstacle, the goal. You have to go deep within, and then you will find the answers that you may be seeking for at this time, okay? Wow, so let's get a card for you. But Spirit is telling me this is all about yourself. This is all about yourself, right? Getting back in tune with who you truly are. Empress, Emperor. Nurturing yourself, holding your crown up high, keeping your head held up high as you are pushing through a old paradigm. You're pushing through a old energy, pushing through old things, and you cannot get caught back up in these old cycles where they do not value you. Things that don't value you must be cut off, right? Putting yourself back on that pedestal, right? Admiring yourself, loving yourself, right? Pouring into yourself. And Spirit is also saying sit back and relax. Things are going to fall into place. Everything will happen the way that it's meant to happen. Use your power for good and continue to moderate and operate from integrity. Continue to, Spirit wants you to kind of sit back so you can see the way how things are playing out. Spirit doesn't want you to over exert yourself, because there is something Spirit is trying to reveal to you, okay? And if you're doing too much, you might miss it. But Spirit is trying to make these signs very clear, and it wants you to sit back because there is something that is being played out. Spirit is giving me a sense of sitting back and watching a movie play out. And then you're going to see the signs at the end, like credits, right? And you're going to level up to the next level, all right, by the sense of resting, because resting is a sense of self-care and a sense of self-love, and we have to rest as well. We can't just do, be on go all the time. It's a balance, and you're finding that balance right now, which is a beautiful thing, right? So yeah, it's like you're entering in this new plane of existence of trusting yourself and trusting the divine, and it's going to help you ascend to a higher timeline, all right? I love that for you. So yeah, that is my energy reading for you. I hope it resonated. Let me know down in the comments how you feel about it. Share it, like, and subscribe if you feel called to. And yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.